if you just Googled my name, you found some things. Oh, you found some things. I'm not going to act like they aren't there. We're not going to pretend. So let's get into who I was, what I was, and who's talking to you today. So everything that you've discovered was caused directly through alcohol abuse. I've been drinking since I was 13 years old. I was socially accepted where I'm from. Really didn't see a problem with it, and I don't think the community in which I was raised in viewed it as a problem as well. It got to daily use in my 20s. Um, so everything you see on Google correlates directly with alcohol. I was a street guy for the majority of my life. So there was no real responsibilities. It was just a party. I partied for a long, long time. One bad decision led to another, and I ended up incarcerated. And the cause of that was arrogance, belligerence, ignorance, being impervious to reason. I was spiraling out of control, and if someone offered their opinion or something like that, I was immediately offended. My responsibilities were handled at the time, and I justified poisoning myself because I didn't drink up the bill money. This is what I really told myself. Like I really told myself these things. It was so bad. Throughout my whole legal proceedings, I was inebriated. I was drunk throughout that whole process. I was subsequently sent to prison for weapons charges, and I was drunk at sentencing. It was ridiculous. It was bad. So upon entering prison, I couldn't be told anything. But once I really, really sat in the cell for the first time, it was sobering. No pun intended. I remember being in transit, something like a layover, waiting for a bus to take me from one facility to the next, and I remember hearing guys yelling through the bars all night at each other, and I couldn't help but notice that they were running from themselves. They were avoiding themselves. They couldn't sit in silence, and I understood why. It's frightening. That's where I confronted myself and asked myself, what are you doing? How could you let this happen? That type of isolation puts you in a position where you have to create a relationship, develop a relationship with yourself. And in order for me to have a healthy relationship with myself, I needed to get to know myself again. And I wasn't impressed with that version of myself. I made a decision to make some changes. Um, For me, serving a smooth sentence in prison requires you knowing who you are and who you are not. I wanted to be a man of integrity, respect, discipline. And I had to acquire and maintain an aesthetic physique in order to embody that, to project that, to illustrate that. Physique isn't just about muscles, it's a display of discipline, doing something over and over, and you don't want to do it. Uh, it's a byproduct of mental conditioning. My first 90 days, it consisted of calisthenics, the push up, the dip. I ran into an individual who was my age. He looked like a toy, like an action figure. He would offer words of encouragement, wisdom. Uh, he tried to persuade me for months on end on weight training. I eventually gave in. September 9th, 2023, I picked up a dumbbell for the first time. What kept me engaged initially was the constant injury to my ego. I've never experienced failure this frequently at anything. Further down the line, I learned that failure is a part of the weight training, not it it comes with that. Um, I'd also want to point out that based on my experience, the the most positive part of the correctional facility was the weight shack. Survival stopped and building began. I wanted to know more about this. And I began to question the teacher that I had to see if he was just getting me to do these exercises just to stroke his own ego, or if he knew exactly what he was talking about. And I began to investigate. I did research. I wanted to know diet, cardio, uh, routine. That's what kept me anchored. He kept me anchored until I knew how to anchor myself. What keeps me in line now is the consequences of what happens if I don't keep myself in line. Prison comes with that. My ambition exceeds the realm of incarceration. I had to sacrifice my persona in order to realize these ambitions. So, and this is a part of the physical transformation. I started transforming within. This became the only thing that I was passionate about. Kept me in line. I learned all about. I learned a lot about myself. And one of the things was the determination that I had. When I got out of my own way, I became an inspiration to others. It was infectious. It was magnetic. I got in shape mentally and physically, and what you see before you is nothing like what walked in 3 years ago. Upon my release, March 5th, 2026, I was ready for the next chapter of my life. Now I knew it was coming. Invites to bars and parties and things like that. I would kindly decline. The time has passed. I just came from prison for being drunk. This isn't a phase. This is a lifestyle in which I chose. I don't look at alcohol with a mild disgust. It's just something that I'm not into anymore. It just doesn't serve me. It doesn't fit me. And in order to get to that, I had to hold myself accountable. Self accountability is what I rely on. Because in the end, all I have is myself, no matter how hard I try to run from that. Who better to hold me accountable for my actions than me? What's on that Google search? Google, it classifies me as a too big crook. I'm beyond that. Which leads me to why I made this video. So this is what's going on. I got a community for guys like me who identify with some of the stuff that was just discussed. I think we need to look out for each other. I'm 42 years old. I'm sober. I'm in the best shape of my life. If you think it's over, it's not. I just came from a place so low. And I'm just getting started.